Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Kell Brook, Gennady Golovkin. I have not really talked a whole lot about this fight. I think the only two videos I made on this fight were when the fight first got signed. I think I might have made a video. I don't remember right now. And then when I interviewed Shannon Briggs and I asked him about his thoughts on it. That's really it. Outside of that, haven't had too much of an interest in talking about this fight, but I have seen the news article, so I figured why not touch on one just to talk about it. Kell Brook, he is a guy that, at 147 that really, even at 147, although he beat Sean Porter, he's still looking to legitimize himself in that division, so he hasn't really fully legitimized himself at 147. His resume is very questionable. I do think he's a very talented fighter. I think, the guy's got a chance to be a pound for pound fighter. Not pound for pound king, but definitely on the pound for pound list. So with that being said, Kell Brook fighting Gennady Golovkin, as I've said before, I think this is a freaking mismatch. Anybody with two eyes can see that this is a mismatch. Kell Brook, I really don't think he has a big chance of winning. I honestly think that when Khan fought Canelo, Khan had a much bigger chance of winning for a couple of reasons, mainly due to the style matchup. Although he has a glass chin and his punch resistance is very bad, the speed, the boxing ability, and the smarts is what made that fight a little more interesting. Brook is a talented fighter, let's not get that twisted, but keep in mind, he's not fighting a slow, plodding, counter puncher like on your Khan fight. He is fighting a guy that is multifaceted, a guy who can box on his back foot, cut the ring off just about as good as anybody in boxing, and has not just good power, not even great power, but this guy has concussive power, and very few guys in boxing can claim that right now. So I think Brook needs to really look at this fight from a realistic standpoint, because he's not fighting Kevin Bizier and he's not fighting Jojo Dan. He's fighting someone who is a very, very legitimate threat and is a huge favorite to win, but I respect the confidence. Here's what he said in regards to Gennady Golovkin. I quote, "I'll do what I want, when I want, as often as I want in this fight. I'm always looking to knock out my opponent. I visualized a knockout already against this guy." So there you have it. I'm going to do what I want, when I want. So when we tear that Brook, we have to try to visualize what that looks like. Brook winning this fight is not going to be him fighting toe-to-toe, and it's going to probably involve a lot of moving around the ring, which is not a good thing. His best bet in this fight is to knock out Golovkin. Not knock out Golovkin, but move around the ring, box well, be patient, pick your shots very carefully, because Gennady can counterpunch really well. And be patient and just look for your shots. And that's what he's gonna have to do in this fight. And I think because that's what he's gonna have to do in this fight, that's what's gonna be his downfall. Because Gennady, I believe, at some point will cut the ring off. He will land very, very sharp punches, and Kell Brook will go to sleep. Okay, he will be knocked out at some point in this fight. If he somehow gets to 12 rounds, I think that he should automatically be number 10 on the pound-for-pound list, because then he's done more than half of boxing. He went from 147 to 160, and he's won 12 rounds with the guy in that division. So I'm saying it right here. If Kell Brook goes 12 rounds at Golovkin, put him on the pound-for-pound list. I don't even care if he loses every round. If he goes 12 rounds, because that's how much of a mismatch this fight is. For him, too, I think, he's going to have to really establish his jab. He has a good hard jab, but we don't know what that jab's going to look like at 160, because he's fighting at the full limit. He's not fighting at 155 like Khan was. He's fighting at the full limit, so we don't know if that jab's going to have the same steam behind it. Even if it does, we all know that Golovkin has a pretty solid chin, so I respect the confidence, but I think Kell Brook has to kind of ground himself, come back to earth, and really be realistic about this fight. What he wants to do and what he did against Bizier, Jojo Dan, and all those guys, that's not going to happen in this fight. Those guys are very, 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 very far from the caliber fighter Golovkin currently is at this point. So I respect the confidence, but I think he's got to really be realistic about this fight. But you guys let me know what you think. just is Kell Brook delusional? Because I think he's clearly delusional. And how much of a chance do you give him in this fight? I don't give him that much of a chance. I think the matchup is just bad for him. If this was him against Canelo, a slow, plodding, counter puncher who's reliant upon his opponent to be active and be busy, for his success to happen. If it was against that kind of style, I could see more success with Kell Brook. I might even favor Kell Brook to win that fight. But this is not that kind of opponent, and I think he's in for a rude awakening come September 10th. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.